Greetings everyone, and especially to all the viewers watching this video. Today's video is going to be slightly off topic and something unrelated to the normal generics of life. I will be referring and talking about a particular topic of choice that is a postmodern take on philosophy. It is very essential for us as individuals to understand the concept of philosophy and how life revolves around this entire concept and its take on our everyday lives, and how it affects concepts, systems, and ways of life in a non scientific manner and from the perspective of an individual. Philosophy goes on a long way to teach us about ethics, aesthetics, rhetorics, and linguistics and its arts, which have particularly sprung from this own topic of philosophy. The immense importance of this subject lies in its own niche of value, that was the love of wisdom, and how it deals with the fundamental questions of the way of life and how it's dealt with. As Socrates famously said, an unexamined life is simply not worth living. Yes, that stands true, because what philosophy teaches us from its essence is to function and see how life could be examined in not by the books of law or perhaps in the set parameters of life, but by the different approach which an individual can have to observe and know how things actually function from a single individual standpoint. As I mentioned earlier, many philosophers have made many and perhaps slightly futile efforts on to provide a conceptual clarity on concept of arts and linguistics, and their attempt is to provide a stable system of language and to eliminate the ambiguity of thought. And as it is, philosophy as a study in itself has always been and is a doing and work in progress. It's never complete. It's not like history, maths, or science in its niche to provide a basic concept and to be repetitive in its nature. It evolves over a period of time. Modernists question the ancient and fixed concepts of science and try to provide a postmodern view to the thing they thought through philosophy, and their analytical philosophers many times often seen criticizing the historic norms and the generics of life and cliches, to be very modern about it. A postmodern view entails a particular standpoint which does not only talk about the history and how the things have evolved, but to celebrate the new issues, the novel issues of life which people day to day forget how their life progressed and they choose to ignore it and it gets neglected. A postmodern view of the world, what does it talk? It refers about a time in which people need to understand and the philosophers study a postmodern view of the history of timeline which is left untold and the nuances which were never talked about. That is what they want to focus about, and not the written text in the history of the world and how it has evolved, but yet to talk about the issues which have not been discussed yet. Philosophy is nothing but to be the least and the most noble approach and the novel approach towards life, and it is a constantly evolving subject. If a postmodern view on philosophy is not modern, is not evolved, then the entire concept of the subject of philosophy fails in its own understanding. Thank you.